In ancient Greek mythology, Zeus is the supreme god, ruler of Olympus and lord of the sky and thunder. He was one of the most influential and revered gods, and his story is full of dramatic events, grand feats, and intriguing relationships. From his birth and struggle for power to numerous adventures and love stories, the life of Zeus is an epic that inspires and impresses with its scale. Zeus was the youngest son of the Titan Cronus and Rhea. Cronus, fearing a prophecy that one of his children would overthrow him, devoured his offspring immediately after their birth. His fears were based on a prophecy that said one of his sons would dethrone him just as he had overthrown his father, Uranus. Rhea, not wanting to lose another child, decided to save Zeus. She went to the island of Crete, where she gave birth to her youngest son in a hidden cave. To deceive Cronus, Rhea wrapped a stone in swaddling clothes and gave it to her husband, who, suspecting nothing, swallowed it. This stone, known as the omphalos, later became a sacred artifact. Meanwhile, Zeus grew up on Crete under the care of the nymph Amalthea, who nurtured and protected him. According to various versions of the myth, Amalthea was either a goat or a nymph who fed the baby with her milk. Additionally, the Curetes, demonic beings, performed noisy dances and shouted to drown out the baby's cries so that Cronus would not hear him. When Zeus grew up and matured, he decided to free his brothers and sisters who were languishing in Cronus's stomach. With the help of the wise Metis, one of the Oceanids, he prepared a potion that caused Cronus to vomit up his swallowed children. Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon were all freed and joined Zeus in his fight against their tyrannical father. Thus began the Great War known as the Titanomachy. This battle lasted 10 years and became one of the most brutal and destructive wars in mythology. Zeus and his siblings allied with the Cyclopes and Hecatoncheires, whom they had freed. In gratitude, the Cyclopes forged Zeus's famous lightning bolts, Poseidon's trident, and Hades's helmet of invisibility. Thanks to his cunning, bravery, and powerful allies, Zeus and his supporters ultimately triumphed. The Titans were defeated and imprisoned in Tartarus, a deep abyss in the underworld, guarded by the Hecatoncheires. After the victory over the Titans, Zeus and his brothers decided to divide the world among themselves. They drew lots to determine who would rule which realm. Zeus became the ruler of the sky and all gods, Poseidon received dominion over the seas, and Hades became the lord of the underworld. Zeus established his throne on Mount Olympus and began to administer justice among gods and mortals. He ruled with wisdom and fairness, but his character was far from perfect. Zeus was known for his numerous love affairs with goddesses and mortal women, often resulting in the birth of heroes and demigods. One of Zeus's most famous attributes was his lightning bolts, which he received from the Cyclopes in gratitude for their liberation. These bolts symbolized his power and wrath. When Zeus was angered, he would hurl them to the earth, causing storms and destruction. Zeus's lightning bolts were so powerful they could destroy entire cities and cause natural disasters. Despite his severity, Zeus often showed justice and mercy, protecting the weak and punishing the unjust. He was also the god who established laws and ensured their enforcement. Zeus was considered the patron of hospitality and the avenger of broken oaths and treaties. The story of Zeus is rich with legends and myths. One of the most famous myths is the abduction of Europa. Zeus, seeing the beautiful Phoenician princess Europa, fell in love with her. To approach her, he took the form of a white bull and came to her as she played on the shore. Enchanted by his beauty and gentleness, Europa climbed onto his back, and Zeus carried her across the sea to the island of Crete. There he revealed his true nature and made Europa the mother of King Minos. Another well-known myth tells the story of Prometheus, the Titan who stole fire from the gods and gave it to humanity. This act incited the wrath of Zeus, as he believed fire should remain exclusively in the possession of the gods. As punishment, Zeus chained Prometheus to a rock, where an eagle would peck at his liver every day. However, Prometheus was immortal, and his liver regenerated every night. Only many years later was the hero Heracles able to free Prometheus. Zeus also participated in the myth of the creation of the first woman, Pandora. After Prometheus stole fire, Zeus decided to punish humanity by creating the first woman. He ordered Hephaestus, the god of craftsmanship, to create a beautiful woman out of clay. Athena endowed her with wisdom and skills, Aphrodite with beauty, and Hermes with cunning and curiosity. Zeus gave her a jar, known as Pandora's box, and sent her